also like the sense of excellence. Like everything was just done. And anyways, so at 4 o'clock, everyone now is on leave. It's a Friday, so people tend to leave early in any case. And people find sleep, and here I am trying to call the nigga, and guy calls me at 6:30. I'm in the parking lot with one of my colleagues, and he's like, "Oh, listen, casually, doesn't say sorry, I'm late. Casually says, listen, I'm gonna be an hour late." And I'm like from now, or like he's like from now, and I'm like, okay, and I had to pull myself towards myself, so I hung up. I was like, what happens here? What would Jesus do? Like, because I'm looking, because so I was like, okay, all right. So yeah, no. After that, I told him I wasn't going, and because I knew if I told him I was going to go, he was going to pitch, and I was like, I don't want him to pitch. So I told him I'm not going, and I went, because I paid, and like that weekend alone was like 15K, and so I invited a friend of mine and a guy friend of mine, and we went and we enjoyed ourselves. No, he's gay. Relax. No, he was gay. Hmm. I don't. I actually don't. That's why I had to like. I yeah, and that's what pisses me off, in fact, because my only way to then show you that I'm mad at you is to either keep quiet or to just not respond, because I can't scream, I can't throw your things. All I can do is just be like, okay, I'm defeated, because you didn't really have to be like when he said that I was defeated, and yeah, and I was just like, I'm sorry, I can't, because I put so much effort towards you, and you were going through some things, so that's why I went extravagant. And yeah, and the guy was just like, what?
Yeah. Okay, I think let's record our podcast while they're still fapping with the live podcast. Go hit the record button, and then we do our talk here.
And then I'm gonna shut up now. We can talk later.
Okay.
It's been recording the whole time. Yeah, now it's live.
Oh, it's live now.
Now it's live. Should I send Ruben another link? Let me send Ruben another link.
No, just refresh.
Yeah, just refresh the previous
No,
link.
please don't.
Okay, don't.
I don't want to
cancel.
send any more links until we sort out the audio.
Okay.
It's still, I don't know what's going on.
Okay, let's
Okay,
just,
so are we recording?
yeah, I believe it's recording.
Just check the record button there,
Is it
because
recording?
I'd like to get this one on record.
Oh my soul. I'm still asking for tomorrow.
We'll do another one tomorrow.
And then if it's better tomorrow, can you choose rather upload that one and not this one? I feel like I look tired. I am tired.
Is it happening on the phone and the laptop?
The sound of the...
Yeah, it's just this one. Yeah, I can hear that.
Where's the audio for this thing, Jason? There.
Who's the other guy? It's Jason and?
Hmm?
Is Jason and the other guy? Theo. And this is Peggy.
Oh, and simple. Why do you hit the number 2 button? Because then we'll have why. Because I don't think you're going to be live cutting between
How do they see?
this audio scratchy. You camera 3. Okay, do me a favor. Camera 1, 2, 3 are fine. So go sit there by that mixer thing, and the top row there that says 1, 2, 3. You seen it?
Right? Have the transmitter break, please?
What? Let me show Becky something different.
keep it off? Yeah, I turn it off on purpose. Yeah, we're just seeing where the distortion is coming from. Mic 3 is, I'm holding mic 3. Are you ask? I've got, no, hers is off. His is on.
Is it back on?
It's on. I've got mic 3 on me.
Where the cans?
That was me on mic
Okay,
3.
turn her mic off.
It is off. It is off. Sean, just count to 10.
Count to 10, please, Sean. There, it's clean.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9, 8, 7,
It's very soft.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's not distorting, it's very soft.
Let's hear. Okay, we can give it some more gas.
Just listen to that.
Count again, please, Sean.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
No,
Is it
it's
breaking
the
up?
wrong microphone. That's
No,
the
no.
microphone.
That's exactly. What's it? This?
No, it's like a
It's like a.
Take this one away from us.
I'm going to switch it off.
Just turn it off.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
Just turn it off.
yeah.
We are. Let's try that.
1, 2,
Okay, so
3, 4.
use your mic.
There's
It's there. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? No, I've just got my phone on you.
Oh, where am I hearing that?
Seppo, can you go to camera 3 and pan left a bit there? Just a touch. You can put your mic in if you want. If you want to make it better. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I was like very much on the edge of the screen. My hair actually looks better open. Hey? When I had it tied, it was like not feeling.
See, I want to open it up just a little bit more. You see this elbow space,
Mm.
that hand space.
But now you want to dip a little bit as well. Lose the headroom. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The logo looks nice. some. Say it. I'm off the record. Save it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's doing that scratchy thing. I'm just like making sure grooving and that. My what? No. I'm on like also down now. Well, I've got 40 still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's clean. That's clean. Just count again for 10, but everybody else keep quiet. Cool. Let me close this door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was clean. Delayed echo. So now when you hear him say 1, 2, 3,
Remember his phone is on here and he's watching himself. Should I pull his phone away?
yes. Just count again.
Give me your phone, sure. Count again.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Your phone was on. We were hearing the phone and the mic.
Sorry. I only had one job. It's not my fault. I was also trying to do quality control here, but causing the quality problems. It's not my fault. I was also trying to do quality control here, but causing the quality problems. All right, can we do my podcast now?
We can do your balance. Yeah, we can do the podcast. Yeah, look at that.
Right, can we do my podcast now?
There's a different audio level. You know what I mean? Who cares? Stream only means, I think it's because you got two together. That's why, because you're timing between your mic line in and your stream only, obviously there's a delay. So when you go stream only, it's clean.
So what's going to happen to the recording? No, I'm saying if they saying stream only to the audio, that means it won't record to the thing? Open the door back so that Ratcheng knows she can come back. Open the door back so that Ratcheng knows she can come back.
You may send the link.
I will do. I will do. Becky? So during this one, you'll do that for me, hey? So, because your camera 3 is fine, so it's locked. Camera 2 is locked. Tip will be in here. So you'll just go to there and just, so we have a few angles. Every few minutes you'll just give, if I'm talking, can stay on me a little bit. If she's talking, go to her a little bit. Go to the wide every now and then, you know. And you can do it as cut. It's just simply just. Go to the wide every now and then, you know. And you can do it as cut. It's just simply just.
That's what I'm saying. You don't think we should go down
No.
here? Okay, well then we'll leave it.
Because the problem is that if you look at it on the front, this is the acid test. There. Yeah, just go and look at it.
So that's a crap screen.
The phone's right, Jason. Telling you.
It does look good on that.
Jason, I'm
Like
looking at
25,000 rand phone.
you look at this straight on. Yeah, that might be a quarter stop over.
Is your mic on?
A little bit light on.
Switch it on.
But it looks good there. Look at your watch.
Why do you have to make me feel dumb?
Why?
I don't know how to do that.
Should I turn on this one?
Yeah, it's just switching it on.
So Swanda still has to paint here.
Yeah,
So what time?
as soon as we're done.
He's asked us.
Eh?
He's asked me if like, can we give him a time roughly?
Within the hour.
So half 7.
Yeah, what's the time?
It's like 20 to 7.
Yeah, just move it through your hair to the back of you type of
All
thing.
your phones off for now.
Yeah,
Is your mic on?
I'm gonna.
Return.
Yes.
Yeah,
You okay? What time do you need to leave to go home?
No, I can be here forever, but Swanda says he needs to paint. So we just need to be mindful of that.
So if we leave by 11,
yeah, should be
then
fine.
we can paint till midnight.
I'm just asking Grooven. So we're good. We're still live.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, we're still live. I'm just checking if Grooven's online. There's 2 people online. I'm gonna go offline. Okay, I'm going offline. Are we recording this as well?
Yeah, it's recorded on disc.
Okay, cool. Well, you got your Y there.
Are you going to ask Tracy if you want to ISO the cameras?
I will. I would like
As
that.
I say, those things are available at Incredible. I'll have to go look.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe even for tomorrow, it may not be necessary for them, but I think it's definitely something worth having because then when they want us to do edits and things, then we need that. What are we laughing at?
No, I'm just laughing. She's glaring into the lens.
I was having a moment.
Clear.
But you saw yourself.
I saw myself just winning my Oscar, like having that shot.
Ask Tepo what my pet peeve is.
Africa Live.
There we go.
What is my pet peeve?
We've built these studios all over the continent.
There you go.
Oh, lovely. Look at that.
We do all of CNBC studios, the business news channel. If things don't work out for you here, I've got Jean Landsberg, he's the technical director at CNBC. I'll get you
Yeah.
an
Okay.
anchor position.
Stop offering jobs to our people,
No.
please, please.
Yes, is he online?
Yeah, yeah. I'm asking. I'm gonna phone him quickly.
He's not
I'm gonna phone him quickly.
Go
He might
online
be
and look
driving.
at that, you see. Look at
He's online on his WhatsApp.
that.
Is he not here?
Set the
He's not
game
chasing
the
Is
same.
he left?
Okay, stunning. Okay. So the wide's there.
Are you able to go onto the link?
Please go on to it now.
It's test 3.
Test 3.
Yeah, if you can, you go back onto the link and then we on there now. All right, testing.
Test 3.
Test 3, cool. Bye. I've sent him the link.
Just turn off your phone, please, Sean, so we don't get the echo thing again.
I've sent him the link to test 3.
Shot.
Yeah, lekker.
Peggy gone.
Becky's doing the live cutting for me inside there.
Okay.
There you go.
Yebo.
So start on me, go to the wide, and then go to her when she responds. And then you fiddle between the few. Are we ready, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the... Okay. What are we opening on? What am I looking at there on that screen that tells me where I am programmed, right?
So that's you there in full,
Yeah, and there it's the program.
and
Yeah.
this is you here program.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Preview.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's do this in... Are we recording?
It's been recording the whole
We've been recording. It's lots of data.
time.
How big is that drive?
500 gigs.
Okay, cool.
Goes for like a good few, several hours.
Okay, we're starting on me. Okay, can we get silence? Close the door there. We're doing this properly now, so we can also test how it feels when we...
Okay, rolling. We've got speed rolling.
Cool. Close the door. Goodbye. Okay, hello, good afternoon, good morning, good night, wherever you are in the world. We are worldwide right now with Drake's wife, or Drake's future wife. How exactly would one frame you when we try to figure out an intro for you? Rateng Ever, the wife of greatest ever, Drake himself. Hello.
Hi, Sean. Thank you for having me. And you can call me Rateng for the purposes of this show.
Rateng.
Yes.
Is it rateng? Is it rateng? Is it?
It's actually
Depends if
Rateng.
I went to private school or
Yes,
public
that's
school,
exactly
basically.
what it would be. But just for our audiences, as it's not just South African, Rateng will suffice.
Rateng.
But as it is a Sotho name, we tend to emphasize on the T and we'd say Rateng.
Rateng.
Yes.
Okay, well, hello, Rateng. I am Sean. Simple, common, easy. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. It's so cool to talk to you.
Lovely.
To set a tone, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am an account manager at Blueprint. I've been working for them for 3 years.
Okay.
I studied accounting, but find myself sitting here in this chair in the advertising industry without a qualification, but with a dream. So here we are.
Dreams come true in advertising. Are you enjoying advertising?
I am. Luckily, I'm in a place where I can move a lot. I think I get bored. I think that's why I got bored with my accounting. But yes, I enjoy it. I enjoy every part of it, even the tedious stuff, because I think I still have that part of me that likes filing and organizing stuff like that. So that itch gets scratched because I obviously have to do my own account recons and things like that. But yeah, I enjoy also this part.
But you move quickly as well, because I know like you started within an internship and that type of thing.
Started
and
off as a reception.
Reception?
Actually, yes. And then it became an internship. And then here we are.
Oh, wow. And what kind of account management do you do? What account do you manage?
I manage Eskom.
Okay.
So I work with the distribution department, Medupi, that's a fun one, public safety. I worked briefly on IDM, which deals with energy.
Okay.
But we have another account manager in the room, in the office that deals with them. And yeah, I've been enjoying that. But my first account here was Mango, which was
The
fun.
airline?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
That was very fun.
Did you get free tickets?
No, we gave a lot of free tickets away, but none came my way, so there's that. But it was very fun. We didn't have a huge budget, so we couldn't go ham, but it was great nonetheless. Yeah.
Your references are interesting. Couldn't go ham. That's because of your love for hip hop, yeah?
Yes.
And your love for a specific hip hop person?
Maybe.
Tell me a little bit about this obsession with Drake.
It's not obsession.
What is it?
It's destiny.
Destiny.
Yes.
Okay, tell me about this destiny then.
Well, I actually when he started his career, I actually wasn't a fan.
Okay.
I wasn't into hip hop as a whole. I think I had my season with Little Bow Wow. I don't know if that counts as hip hop.
Is it Little Bow Wow?
Back then, like
Okay.
I'm trying to paint a picture that it was then, like
Yeah.
when he was in like Mike and all of that. So that was my first brush with hip hop, and I used to love Soulja Boy because I was a hip hop dancer. Got
You were a hip hop dancer.
4 colors for
Dial
2
it back.
years.
Dial it back. Let's stay there for a minute.
Yeah.
Tell me about this hip hop dancing.
I always loved Beyonce as a kid. And I remember my aunt created a dance routine for us, myself and my friends, for the song Survivor.
Okay.
And ever since she did that, I was in grade 3 and we had a talent show. And I remember all my friends coming over and we were all practicing and we all wore these like boob tube 1-arm tops and jeans, and we performed and I was the Beyonce, of course. And and it was amazing and everybody, was like excited and it was like whatever. And then I started dancing and then I stopped briefly, I think for the rest of my primary school, because then I just started getting into my feelings because of hormones and stuff. And so I just didn't have I just felt insecure about a lot of things, my skin, whatever. And then in grade 8, I went to a school that had a dance studio and it offered dance.
Oh, wow.
And so I started dancing again. And I won a few trophies, which was cool. And I got full colors, provincial colors for 2 years in a row.
Wow.
Grade 8 and 9.
I wouldn't have told that
was
about you,
great.
to be honest.
I
It's
know.
interesting.
It's one of
Hip hop dancing specifically.
hip hop dancing specifically. So I used to love Soulja Boy as well because he was huge back in that day.
Okay.
And
When you say back in the day, like we're talking 20, 30 years
I
ago,
feel
so it's
like
5
if you
years.
ask the people who were born in 2000, they're just like, what are you on about?
No, I'll tell you that I don't even know hip hop of today.
Yeah.
Like today's hip hop,
You
I just
see.
don't even have a clue what's out there,
Yeah.
who's hot right now.
Yeah.
But earlier we were talking about like the South African
Yeah,
scene, and
sure.
you made an accusation,
Uh-huh.
and it was a rather hectic accusation against
Uh-huh.
our fellow South African, or is it African brothers?
Well, I may have. I mean, I said that with without doing much investigation of the topic globally. So
Listen, here you must just speak.
I don't want to.
So we're not
I
trying
don't
to
wanna-
beat around the bush. You must just
No, all I
speak.
can speak about. So I don't want. So what I'm trying to say is, I can speak of GBV with its direct impact in my life, in my little square. You know what I mean? Because that's my reference, and I'd have to go that side and experience it, or I'd have to read about it.
Okay.
And I haven't done that. So that's why I'm trying to definitely put that out there. That's a disclaimer. That it is from my little square, and that has been a topic, whether I want to admit it or not.
But then I need us to go there. I know it's personal, and I know it might even be painful.
Yes.
But I feel like we don't get onto platforms like these if our purpose is not to help someone else.
Sure.
So to the extent that what we're talking about could
Sure.
help somebody, unpack a little bit about what personally is this effect that it's had on you. What was the experience and how has it affected you?
Well, the experience was with my father, and I think that the reason why I don't want to speak about it is because he's not in my life, and I've done a lot of growing and soul searching and all of that stuff to really be in a place where I have healed. So I don't want him to see this and see that, maybe I am still bitter or hold any resentment. So, yeah, so I think that's why I feel a little bit awkward to speak on it. But he has changed, and I think, I don't know, he's not in my life like that. So, but I have chatted to him over the phone, and he sounds like he's in a better space. But I do remember that when I was 2 hands, I said earlier that, I don't know if, it wasn't recorded. But when I was 2 years old, I mean, who remembers what happened at 2? But I have even when I close my eyes, I have a very, very vivid picture of my mom and my dad in a situation. And yeah, and it's just, it was weird because for a very long time, that was the only memory I had of him. And yeah, it wasn't nice. And it, as much as he wasn't in my life, it framed how I looked at relationships. I think I got my first kiss at 22 because I was just, and I'd like to say that it's because of me being super conservative and things like that, but it's not. It's truly because I didn't feel free with men. I didn't,
But then, so what's interesting though is that you made, and again, I'm not trying
Sure.
to you did present it
Sure.
almost as if there was like African men. It was almost
Because my dad
generalization.
was African.
But this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we have in your situation one example,
Sure.
but it impacted you so deeply
Sure.
that you almost now blanket
Yeah.
African men,
Yes.
or paint them with the same brush, so
Sure.
to speak.
Sure.
And I mean, I would like to say that's not a fair.
I know it's not,
you
but
know.
it's human of me.
Of course, no. But this is why I say this. This is why
Yes.
we talk about it,
Yes.
because from the perspective of an African man who perhaps isn't on that side of the fence and who
Sure.
doesn't qualify for that
Sure.
kind, during the time of the GBV conversations and at its peak, and remember, this is a pandemic.
Yes.
It happens all the time.
Sure.
It's been with us for a long time. It'll probably be with us for a long time.
Sure.
But when it comes up, there's this men are trash accusation. And
But
that's,
I think it's loaded. It's not just about the physical abuse, at least not to me.
Mhm.
I think the men are trash is broader, and I think that one is also more inclusive because that doesn't limit women to just him having physically or emotionally abused you, but it's just how men can treat us with complete disregard, and how we are still looked at as the lesser gender, and how our opinions don't matter, and how you would plan a whole thing for someone and he won't pitch, and because he's more important, or his life is more important, or his engagements are more important. So I think it's again, like all of this stuff, as you said, in the bigger scale, it's not fair. But the truth is, it happened, and I wish it's not my reference, but it is. And because of that, I'm going to draw conclusions. I'm going to say, because a guy with long hair once cheated on me, I don't like guys with long hair. And that is my human right. Is it right? No. Is it fair? Hell no. But you can't take away the human element in these conversations.
I totally agree. But my question then would be, how do we help people? How do we have people deal with this to give themselves a chance?
Yeah.
To give themselves a chance to live a life free of this situation.
Yeah.
To live a life free of the baggage
Sure.
that they're carrying from a previous, albeit horrible, experience.
Sure.
How do we now free women to move forward with their lives and to give the better men a chance?
I think you also then need to also ask yourself how many men are actively trying to change the way they're being perceived. Because I don't think it's very common, in a sense that I'll go out to Rockets and I'll see a bunch of guys, and you can see they're in their 50s or a bit older even, and you'll see the ladies are even younger than myself, and you'll see that these guys are fathers, like literal fathers. You know that this guy's going to a wife. In some cases, they'll even tell you. But, they still think it's okay to do that. And that's why I'm saying, as much as we've, if we have to talk about it in terms of, legislation and things like that, we're going to speak about the emotional and physical abuse. But for me, I think men are trash and GBV it includes that, because you have degraded that girl. You've degraded that someone's daughter, someone's sister. And so me as an observer, I look at that and I say, the men are trash. Like, that guy didn't hit me. That guy didn't even give me a look. That guy probably didn't even see him. But that already contributes to my previous disposition, which is men are trash, because again, as I said, he didn't even have to touch me, but I just was like, he should know better. And I know most of them are over, like, they're the right age, legal age, but still, how you treating that mom, that reminds me of my own mom, that could be my mom, that was my mom. Because not only was my dad beating my mom, we also cheated with multiple women. So it's that for me, that people think that all these situations are isolated. They're not. And yes, for that moment, I might have fun with you if I'm that type of girl, but the truth is, my conscious mind will go back and it will draw a web, it'll draw conclusions, and it will include all of these things that we just met, and you thought this was a one-time situation, it didn't mean anything, but because, as I said, unfortunately, I'm a human, I have a background, I've been on this planet for 29 years, and so there are things and that I've formed, and you, with your one moment of impact, either added to it or you made me think differently about it. And unfortunately, most men, they conform to the first one, the former, which is they add to it. I've met very few men who want to change the perception of them, even in a space where, especially in a space where there's a woman that they aren't desiring. Like, I expect men to always, in fact, I always see men act very well and good if they know there's someone that they like in the room. But if the woman that they love or they like or they really want isn't in the room, they feel like it's okay. You look at the types of conversations that men have when they go to bars. Most of them are about degrading women. It is what it is.
But let's be fair then. Hold up.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to think that the equal opposite applies with women, in the sense that it's not a one-way street. Women have the same kinds of conversations in their private moments. Women have been known to have conversations. Women have been known to look towards men with commentary about physical attributes, etc., etc. It may not be as crass, perhaps. It may not be as raw, but there is a certain amount. So my question, again, is this. Is the conversation, do I need to start having more conversations with men and start to place these topics on the agenda for men to unpack and to begin to check ourselves and to get in line with certain, call it protocols, that we need to start adhering to?
Sure.
But then, do women also need to be having the conversation? Because the other thing I'll put to you is this. When a man gets away with it, you said it, if I'm that kind of girl. Because there are some that kind of girls.
Many.
Who these men do it with, right?
Yes.
So is the conversation not so much broader?
I like to believe, and I know this is going to cause a lot of controversy, but I like to believe that when it comes to women, especially in the context of relationships, just because of how relationships were mapped up by freaking, not even society, by the Bible, if you have to go that deep, is that it's always directed and headed by the man. And I truly believe that women, as much as they want to believe it or not, or they will admit it or not, is that we conform to the principles of economics, which is supply and demand. So when a man, if I like Sean, and Sean only talks about girls with big butts, I will be in that gym getting squats. If I can't get it with squats, I am going to go to freaking Dr. whoever in Hollywood or down the street in Sandton or whatever, because Sean has said that. And now that was an example of me wanting you. Now let's say Sean is my brother. Because Sean is my brother, and every time I talk to Sean, Sean shows me a very curvy woman. And that's what Sean likes. As much as Sean is my brother, I will still, for some reason, still say, okay, that is what beauty is. That is what is desired. That's what is wanted. And therefore I will conform. So what I'm trying to say with that is that if men all of a sudden stopped especially men, let's say with money and with power, stopped abusing that, the demand for women like that would decrease, and the woman would, I feel, subsequently stop putting themselves out there in that way. The only reason why women do that is because it's become a market. And I know that if I am in my thong long enough on Instagram, or, you know, like, I mean, before Instagram, people didn't even know that you can go to Dubai and a guy will spoil you and you'll get like $500,000 for just a weekend. Then Instagram came, made it a culture. And why? Because men created that culture. So for me, like, I like to think that I'm a progressive woman, but there are certain things that are not progressing fast enough. And I think especially in those spaces, men still hold they are the gatekeepers. And I truly believe if men would actually be like, no, sissy, I'm married, leave me alone, that child would be like, damn, they'd be embarrassed, they'd realize it's wrong. But because we're in a society where if I come and I'm like, hey, daddy, you know, you'll be like, cool, what are we drinking today?
But here's my thing. And I was going to say, okay, so the ball's in our court. And that was something that I had in my head. And then all of a sudden you talked about the men standing up and saying no and the women knowing. My challenge with what the way this narrative is being presented, right, is the solution not for us to go to the empowerment of our girls at the level of them having their own success and them becoming their own people? Because the kind of men you're speaking about and the kind of abuse you're speaking of seems to skew towards men with money, like you said, men with power.
But
and
may
no,
I just
wait, hold up, before you go there.
Okay.
I want to say that if a woman has a sense of self,
Sure.
strong, unapologetic sense of self, she is not going to be moved by
But
any of the stuff that this powerful man.
I hear you. But it's not even about power. Like, I just use that because it's the most obvious example. But I'll show you even in the case of, like, I'm in my late 20s and I've been dating guys around that age range. And so with them, they're at a place where they want to be where the guy with money is. So it's become a culture. So even though they are not the guys with power, they're not the guys with the money yet, you know, some of them obviously will become someday, but they have their own things in the sense that they still want a lot of validation from their peers. That's what I've seen with guys around our age. So even if they see a good girl, a great girl who's got all the goods, because she's not a certain aesthetic, because she doesn't look good on Instagram, because, you know, whatever, because the dating currency is different, you know, so, and especially at this age. So I think, yes, maybe when they're a bit older, they'll be like, okay, maybe now, but I've had, for instance, many guys be on that tip that, no, look, I get it, you're awesome, you're cool, but like, I'm still young, you know, I still want to. So that's why I'm saying that I feel like it's not even about power. I think it's just men have an issue. And I don't know if it's because of the fact that, you know, a lot of the men that are growing up now didn't have fathers who could, you know, empower them and tell them and to aspire towards love and one woman and monogamy. Or I don't know what that is. You'd have to ask a psychologist. But I definitely think that's one part of it. And then the second part that I want to mention, sorry.
Sorry, Otago.
No problem.
Yeah.
We have to paint
Yeah,
Yes.
let's finish it up.
tonight, so if you can kind of
Let us wrap
Wrap
it
it
up.
up. Also. So with that, I want to say that the second part is that women, again, I've been a church leader for a very long time, and I could always see what frustrated the women, and I was one of them. Is that all of them, just like what I said previously, is that you then become too good. You then become too, like, you always too something, you know, for these guys. Because as much as guys will preach that they want a good woman, they want this, they will still want to be with the baddie or the girl who's desired the most. Because it's not just about her being hot or I actually love her. It's about the status. It's about the fact that when I'm with this girl, all my friends are like, damn, Like, guys care about that. We can all sit here and act like, no, I know myself, da da da. No, guys at my age and younger, at least, they all care about that ish. And because of that, we are then, we are subject to that. And this is why I say we are subject to that, because we desire love, we desire marriage. And the guys that are supposed to be there for us like that, they're not there. They still want to either get their body count up or get their money up or whatever. So what I'm trying to say is empowering the woman. I empowered many women, but many girls, young girls and women. I mean, I have a friend who's like 33 or something, and she struggled to find a mate. She's still struggling. And she's a CA, okay? So don't even tell me about she's got her ish on lock. But men would then tell her that she's too strong, she's too this, she's too that. And then that same guy will rock up at church with a 21-year-old wearing a short skirt who looks like literally Jesus hasn't seen her. And that's who he marries. So I think it's...
Well, look, let's leave it there. But I think, in all fairness, it seems like there's merit on both sides of the conversation, that we perhaps need leadership on both sides, and that we need to have mentorship and people to look forward and look up to.
Sure.
And we're not gonna solve GBV or anything in that category in one conversation. But thank you for having this one.
All
thank
right,
you for having an honest conversation.
Awesome.
And just speaking.
Cool.
Much love.
All right, then.
Thank you, everybody. We can cut it there.
You didn't do that whole smile thing, free smile.
I'm an editor.
Oh.
You know. Interesting chat.